Yeah, stunning goal in the first leg from Mason Mount. He's a player who appears to have pretty much everything. He could probably up his goal-scoring ratios a tad, but what an all-round player.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we can talk about ability and how he plays, etc. But one thing that is not in doubt completely is his character, is his personality. For one so young to be criticised the way he has been and the way he's come back.
I've got to ask you, why do you think it is that it's taken him so long to convince so many?
Because he's not an Instagram-friendly player. He's one of them players that probably isn't one who does loads of step-overs and loads of skills and flicks overheads, etc. And has a show reel on Instagram that people goes, oh, what unbelievable. This guy's about output, about influencing games, about taking a game by the scruff of the neck at a critical moment. That's what he's done for Chelsea. Under Frank, under Tuchel, he's been the most impressive player under those two managers' tenures. And he's someone I think will continue to grow. And he relishes being under the spotlight. Whether it's the wrong reasons or the right reasons, he wants to be involved. And if we're talking about England, he starts. Where you play him, you can sort that out.
The versatility will help his cause as well.
Definitely.
The fact that he can play in so many positions, the versatility, I think it's not even a question. I think Gareth's just thinking he's in the team and who do I put round him? I mean, he can what he does, what the difference is between him and the other guys of his ilk, the Maddisons, the Grealishes, is that he can play deeper. He's more responsible with the ball, but he's also got that bit of magic like they have as well, where he can do something in the front foot. He can come in deep there and he secures possession. He doesn't quite get this pass right. But he generally, he's so well schooled, so well, from a young age. He's been at Chelsea since he was 6, working with the coaches, Glenn. And I trained with him when I was coming back, when I was playing in America. And I knew from the first moment I saw him
that you could turn him into a good player.
Well, I was job's done, Gary. But he was just sensational, Glenn, on the training pitch. And I was like,
what I like about him, Joe, is it is about his end product. There's other players that do flashier things. His end product is that turn we saw, the goal last week. That's the place on the pitch and the time to do it. Not on the halfway line sometimes and put your goal up for it. Yeah. He does it with end product. And I've got to say, Frank Lampard needs to be applauded what he did. Don't forget, he took him to Derby and did what he did with him at Derby. He knew he was a player and he proved it in that league. When he went to Chelsea, he ends up playing. And I think that's why people had a little bit of against him, because it was like he was Frank's teacher's pet.
Yeah, well, nonsense.
But Frank was 100% right, and he's proving that now.
He's everyone's teacher's pet.
He's a player. He's a proper player in those positions. The way the modern game's played now, he's made for it. He's made for them positions. Back in the day, maybe, he'd have been chucked out on the left of a 4 across, and we wouldn't see anything like his ability that we're seeing. So he's a modern-day attacking midfield player.
Rio, you said it shouldn't be even asking the question anymore, but of course we're going to ask the question because we've had a Twitter poll, and we know Twitter knows best. Twitter knows best, and well, actually, it's pretty strong on his side, 71%. What the other 29% are thinking, I'm not quite sure, but there you have it. Where would you play him?
I'd play him if the manager's going to play 3 in midfield. I'd play him as an 8, one of the 2 either side of a sitter.
Yeah, but he likes 2 sitters. Generally, or would you like to see him shift from?
I'd like to see 1 sitter and then 2 8s and then dominate possession a little bit. And I think we could do that. We've got the players to be able to do it if you play the right players in
Let
their
them have their
positions.
wings, go for it. You could probably convince the nation if you were Gareth Southgate and said, listen, these players are exceptionally talented. They're very young, inexperienced, probably a bit early for them yet. Perhaps we can just go and see how they go. We'll try and outplay teams and outscore them.
Good luck with that.
Go. No, but
you're England manager, Gary. You're England manager.
You have to be negative, do you? If you're
not negative. You've got to get results.
Yeah,
you've got to get the right results, and you're playing against the top teams. You know, a lot of top.
So
teams.
you wouldn't play that way. You play what?
No, I'd play 2 inside forwards, but I'd play 2 behind as well. So I'd play it differently. I'd have wing backs in there.
I think we need another show for the way that Glenn would explain his team. The depth is ridiculous.
He dissected it in a great way. It was impressive.
Mason Mount would be one of them. More importantly, Mason Mount would be one of those. You've got wonderful talent in this squad. And he's one of that. He'd be in the spine of the team, whatever shape, wherever you play him, as an 8, as a 10, or deeper. You know.
I suppose the important thing as well, which I don't think England have had for an extraordinarily long amount of time, is the fact that the squad has so much depth, particularly in the midfield and forward positions. that Southgate will be able to rotate during a competition, and particularly after a season that's been so condensed and so tiring, that could be a massive advantage. Is there just people pick their 11? You don't need to, because it will change as it does anyway in the tournament.
Yeah, and also, going into this tournament, we've not had before the depth of players in that number 10, players that can handle the ball. First things I'd do if I was England manager, I think I'd look back at history and say, what's let us down at tournaments? It's been not having enough players on the pitch at a given time who can handle the ball, who can get you up the pitch, who can receive it, and we can end up getting some possession, because traditionally in these tournaments, exactly. But traditionally, the heat it's on you. You need to hold the ball. So first things I would do, I'd get Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and Maddison as well, providing he comes back into the form. Them four, and I'd have 3 of them on the pitch at any given time, whichever system you play, relating to what opposition is. You know, because it's very different to playing Scotland or to playing France or Portugal in a semi-final.
Wow.
But
you're not going to be like to Scotland.
But you've got to get them players in the team. In international football, we can't keep making the same mistakes where we end up not having the ball.
We've had wonderful players like that, but we've not had the system that suits them players. Most clubs are playing the system that England play as well now, close to it. Yep. So those creative players are going to get the chance to express themselves. You've got feeders in the team, what I call feeders. They're not going to change the game for you, but they need to feed. Those number 10s like Mount, they need to be fed. They need to be given the ball so many times. In England, sometimes over the years, those players at the back and those players in midfield could not see them passes when those type of players... We didn't even have them playing a 4-4-2 back in the day. We were very rigid. But you've now got defenders that can pick passes into midfield. You've got midfield players that look forward quickly. Now you've got a chance of getting them on the ball. And then I agree with what you're saying, Joe. We've got a chance then because we've got them players there.
You look at the last tournament, we're pen back.
Yeah.
5 at the back. Yeah. If that happens again, doesn't matter who you got on the pitch. No. If your formation doesn't allow you to come out and play with the players and talent that we've got, then you're going to be stuck.